We're just about getting ready for the first semi-final with Jimmy Darby and Andy Buckley. And back here with me is another Andy Cairns. Have you had a good lunch, mate?
I've had a wonderful warm pork pie. It was gorgeous.
Is that part of your new slimline diet?
It is part of my slimline diet. I'm allowed one pork pie a day.
And then we've got a battle coming up here with your Greater Manchester teammates.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a very, very good, very close encounter. It's quite intriguing, really. They're both top Manchester County players. They both know each other very well. Andy Buckley is probably on a better bit of form than Jimmy is at the minute, but it's going to be very interesting, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think Andy last weekend, did he win the Spen tournament?
He won Spen, which takes some doing. Jimmy, he's been a little quieter than Andy this year, but he's still won a fair bit and run well in competitions in general. And if they both play to their game, their form, it should be a cracking game.
And of course, I think Andy's win at Spenners brings him back here week on Saturday for the British Grand Green Champion of Champions.
Yeah, the Champ of Champs will be a good game. Good day with that, it always is. Looking forward to helping with the commentary again.
Yep, that's it. And just remind all the viewers that we're back here week after next for a weekend double bill. Ladies Champion of Champions on the Sunday, the men's on the Saturday, both of them being streamed live, courtesy of funding from the British Grand Green Bowls Association. Today's live stream is coming to you produced by Glow Gig Media and sponsored by the owners of the Waterloo, Flowfit and Jennings Bet. I hope you're all enjoying and receiving these pictures. By all accounts, the message we've been getting is coming through well. We're just having the last ends now, and then the action will begin.
It's just interesting to know that one of the bookmakers down there has Andy Buckley favourite on the heat, but actually has Jimmy Darby a shorter price to win the competition. Obviously, there's a weight of money there, and he's got Jimmy's probably a worse loser than Andy. But there's very little between these two. As I said, they've just got Andy Buckley slight favourite, and off this morning's display, that's probably accurate. I think Andy's played the best of anyone this morning. Jimmy played well enough, obviously, to win, thanks to a nice run he had in the middle of the game. But he'll just have to improve a little bit, I think, if he's going to get past Andy.
Well, we have the betting for the last four here. Jimmy Darby 2-1, Andy Buckley's 5-2, Pete Williams 8-1, and Wayne Ditchfield is the 11-10 favourite. Those odds seem about right, Andrew, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't think there's any major errors in the book. I think if every game was played on this morning's form, the final would be Buckley versus Williams, and there wouldn't be a lot to choose between those two. But obviously, it doesn't go like that. Obviously, Wayne will be looking to improve on his performance this morning, and Pete will hope to continue his good form, and these two will just want to get 21 before the other one does.
Yeah, I think we've all been very impressed with Pete Williams, but at the same, I've known him a long time, and Pete's quality, and I'm sure if he played a bit more, he'd be in more events like this, Peter would. But there again, we've got a lot of good players in the Midlands, Andrew.
Yeah, apparently so. You keep telling me that, yeah.
That's why you don't come down very often now. You can't win out down south of Knutsford.
I did win one in Stoke once.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Okay, here goes. Jimmy Darby leading out. Okay, you know these two. What's the tactics, you think?
Andy will be looking to go the distance. Jim will be probably wanting to fiddle around the middle of the green, playing across the middle. It's that simple.
It's a Man United versus Arsenal situation here, the fans base, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently so. I don't fully understand Andy's affiliation with Arsenal. I think he hates Man United that much. He wanted to support anyone that could beat them, and it was Arsenal at the time.
Well, good lead to start with from Jimmy.
Another good ball coming up. Just a back, but gets another good spot.
This is Jimmy's second semi-final. He lost 2009 to Gary Ellis. And he
Gone
played
for goal, do you? Oof. Nearly got them both out. That would have been a sickener for Jimmy. Now, one of the talking points over the lunch break was Jimmy's efforts at claiming 2 in his game with Jason Jones. I think he did it on 2 occasions, and it was after a measure it was only 1. The majority of people thought it was a gamesmanship rather than a simple error.
Not too sure. Maybe he's always not so good, Jimmy. Certainly wowed the crowd, didn't it?
Well, it did, yeah. I think, unfortunately for Jimmy, his reputation is preceding him a little bit, and then anything like that just gets him going again. It's a shame, really, because he's a good player, doesn't need to get up to nonsense. And I hope he doesn't try any. I just hope he gets on with his bowling.
You've been down on the green, Andrew, during the break. Has it dried out a little?
Not really, no. It's still wet through in the corners. Very spongy. It'll obviously be a little bit quick because some of it will have soaked in, but still a push.
Well, good ball, Jimmy's there.
Yeah, it's difficult to know what Andy's going to do here. He's possibly try and save and hopefully fall in and win with a perfect ball, but difficult. He's going to strike. Stuck it on the finger peg and missed it on that side too.
It's interesting watching players striking. You can tell almost immediately from the body language whether they've hit them or not, don't they?
You can, yeah. It's well, you can also tell from them when they've played a good ball or not. It's you know, very few bowlers are surprised at where their balls end up. Jimmy will be happy with this start though. Nice. Comfy 3 chokes. Just playing around one of the drains that was put in a couple of years ago. Easy to get your balls stuck in them and get them to run straight.
Andy run. Just died.
Sometimes easy to forget that Andy's got a good record on the Waterloo. He won the Spring a couple of times, and I think he lose with Alan Broadus back in the 90s. You know, I can remember watching him on television when I was a young lad, and he was making an appearance in the last 8. I think he was 18 at the time, so I'd have been about 8 maybe.
He's 44 now, Andy.
I'm not. You've left me speechless.
Got it here on a piece of paper. Yeah. He was a semi-finalist a few years back. You're right, Andrew.
Been around a long time, Andy. He's had a good effort here. Just needed the contact on that ball.
2 more to Jimmy. 9-5. Perfect start.
He's playing right through that drain now. Just come out of it now. He's looking for a length. Road's good. It's not so bad. Only about a foot off. Another good road here. I don't think Andy's just as his balls are just as strong as Jimmy's. Looking at that.
Yeah, Jimmy knew he was left that as soon as he loosed it.
Well, there's a shot on for 2 here, whether he plays it or... Yeah, he's gone for it. Any connection on Jimmy's ball's good. Oh, he's missed it on that side. That's not happening for Andy at the minute, is it?
10-5. Jimmy settled into a nice bit of rhythm. Bit the reverse from his quarter final. He had to come back from behind a little bit, Jimmy, didn't he?
Yeah, Jason starting the better in the quarter. It's Jimmy that's come out of the traps first in this semi, and he's stroking them out. I watched him practicing, and he was getting them out really, really nice. And he's definitely up for this game.
And they know each other's games inside out, won't they, Andrew?
Yeah, they've played at Nimble Nook together in the Chatterton League a long time. They've played each other in competitions a lot. Obviously in county games they've played with each other as well. It's sometimes hard to play people you know well. I see that's just got caught in that drain then. Instead of going with the bias, it's fallen back into it. It's probably fallen out.
Yeah, it looks to have gone out, doesn't it?
Oh?
No, referee's indicated it's in. Jimmy's having a look, and he's a good judge.
Jimmy will tell him he's got 2 probably. Saying it's close now. I'm not exactly sure what he's or why he's looking, to be honest. Similar ball to his first with a foot in or even 2 foot in. Any connection on any of the balls is in his favour. It shouldn't really affect his ball that he has to play. But I suppose if you know you're in, there's a bit more, you're a bit more confident, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, as you say, Andrew, there's no real danger, is there? You've got the front ball.
Not really, no. It's not like he can knock Jimmy in or anything. He can only knock his own ball in. That looks okay, does this?
Oh, should be a measure.
Ah, good. The trumpeter's back. Missed him. It's just what Cran Green Bowls need in a trumpet.
Yeah, Buckley won.
Yeah. And Jimmy just warming up because he knows he's going to be going a distance.
Yeah, first time Andy's managed to get his hand on that little yellow one so far. And we're going finger peg down to the toilet corner.
Yeah. Just needs to tighten up his leads, does Andy? Yard balls aren't going to be good enough this afternoon. Better road.
Not sure he's reached.
No, short again.
Yeah, Jimmy's in. Yeah, lovely delivery into Jimmy Darby.
Yeah, it's very smooth. Everything comes out nice. I like the way his heel just brushes the mat when he's stood on it. Apparently it's only a guide, is the mat.
Yeah. They're not big enough, are they?
No. For some of them, they need to be a lot bigger. I think there's only me and you stand on the mat, you know.
Yeah. I'm more used to carrying on. 11-6 Jimmy. Missed a chance of a 2 there, really. Should have doubled up.
Yeah, it did. Very easy to leave them short if you're not just fully concentrating and send them properly. They don't get there. Surprised he's come here. I thought he might have gone over to the standing area.
It's a long way short, that one. Andy will go to the peg.
Yeah, he's left it right slap bang on the road.
Looks all right here. Good ball coming in.
Yeah. It's one of the things about this green. You can pick up the other way in fairly comfortably. It's
Did it run?
no, short. Only just enough.
Oh, Andy's trying to get one each peg here, by the way.
Yeah, short. A little bit difficult. He could have knocked that ball of Jimmy's in, but he would have been very unlucky to have done.
So he just needs to start leading, doesn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, he just needs to put the jack nicely deep in the corner and stand one all over it.
So the prize money for this event this year is £15,000. The losers of this game are on 725. A nice pick up, isn't it, Andy?
Oh, it's not so bad, that. It's better than a slap in the face anyway.
And then we must praise the new owners here, Peter Flynn and Nick Lowe. They've put something like 10 grand into this to make it 15,000 prize money. And it's much appreciated by everybody, I'm sure.
Yeah, the fact that the competition was filled fairly quickly, and after all the upheaval at the beginning of this season, to fill up 512 spaces so quickly was an amazing achievement. I would hope to try and get back up to 1,000, but I think that might be too much too soon, really.
One more to Andy. Yeah, just on that subject, they were speaking to me yesterday and said they'd like to go to 1,000, but I said I think it should be baby steps.
Yeah.
It's okay, if you've got a few spare, but if you're getting towards 800-900, then to consider it. But at the moment, just get the comp filled. Last thing you want is boys. You don't want to be coming here and some playing one game and some playing 3 and things like that.
No, that's right.
It needs to be a level playing field.
Well, this was Andy's game plan, as far as he can.
He's not gone deep. And the ball's got a lot further than the jack.
It's deep enough to start with. Got to ease yourself in these corners, Mel.
Yeah.
Don't want to pull a muscle or anything.
Jimmy's just finished, maybe a small yard short. Smack in front.
Jimmy's quite a fair corner player to be. It's not his main game, it's not his main strength, I would say, but he certainly can play the corners. The cap's off. Just trying to find out who's in. Looking like Buckley's in to me.
Yeah, Andy thinks last ball.
Got it out nice. Just tight, I think, yeah.
No, not going to make the trip, this one.
Thought he might have attacked it more than that, maybe played a yard over.
Jimmy may have a measure. No. Matt in, one more. Andy were pleased to have got away with that after such a poor lead.
Yeah, Jimmy he played a decent ball, but he didn't really punish it. He didn't stand it all over the jack. But like you say, I'll be happy to have got away with it. Going in the corners. I think the crowd could do with lining up a little bit, you know. Maybe a few close balls will get them going. It's amazing how many times that first ball's short going into that corner. I cannot believe it's that far.
Yeah, looks okay again here. Get past the short one.
It's a little ridge running into that corner that they're just playing under it now. And they all sort of fall back towards the jack. You get tight of it, you start pegging over towards the pub.
Jimmy's further.
That was big effort here. Big effort. What a good ball. What a great ball.
Yeah, that's one moment. I mean, Andrew is lying to beat 11 across there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pulled a massive ball out there. And to be fair, he's probably actually tried to play a yard over to sit that ball. But he'll take any port in a storm.
I wonder if Jimmy will just try and do what he did with Jason Jones and just play the short mark, didn't he, round the crown?
Yeah, he's gone a lot further than that, really, hasn't he? I know he's deeper in the corner to begin with, but he's gone maybe 10 yards further than he was doing with Jason. Finger peg is a little bit tight, but not so bad. Live and let live. And he's certainly reached with this. Certainly reached. Needs a hit now. Bang. We're needing a new jack in a minute. And Jimmy needs to put a yard in and a bit more land, and it's short. Not sent it.
No, Andy will just be looking for a length ball and just get outside of that.
Well, he's just played the same ball as his first now. He'll have to take anything out. It's probably a length, really. Yeah, that's the two he's after.
This could be interesting. Andy's looking down here, which will be a very short mark.
Yeah, trying to get in here and go back in the corners. Obviously doesn't fancy the other ones. Might have Jimmy overreaching here. It's a downhill finish. It is still wet, so yeah, good lead. Very good lead.
Jimmy looks a little bit to back.
Yeah. Just really to far more than anything. He's gone maybe 4 feet past. And he looks short here. Needs to get down that hill. Can't just tell from here.
If it's one, I think the heavy artillery will be out.
It's important really for Jimmy. He needs to know if it's one he can have a strike. If it's two, he's got to try and lick it.
Let's see what Jimmy's doing here. If he thinks he's won, he's got to be striking at that, hasn't he?
Yeah, playing weight.
Watching it.
Oof. That was hard lines. I think the trumpeter just summed up how Jimmy's feeling now.
Well, 12 all. Now we're going a long way.
Yeah, Andy's preferred choice of corner with his weakish bowls. Road looks good, all about length now. It's not so bad. Rather have it than lick it.
Real ball, that is.
This looks tighter already, but must be a little bit further if it's not pegging. Yeah, just that yard too far. Didn't allow it to peg. After some explicit instructions here.
You still hear the bowls, can't you?
Yeah, they're
going
still
out the water. Yeah.
Still squelching badly. Well, he's tighter than his first, but he just wants to make another. Doesn't want a massive target. Short. Can't get there. Now, Jimmy's got a shot for two here. He's gone for it. He's not that far off, you know. Big effort. Needs to. Oh.
Just gone either side of the bowl, didn't he?
Yeah, he just didn't have the pace to hold the line at the finish. It looked like he'd had a massive chance halfway across.
That first time in front, Andrew, 13-12. Took his top off and showing the Thomas Taylor's shirt been kindly provided to all the players today. Looking very smart. I should have preferred red and white. If it can go really deep here, this is, as you said, Andrew, this corner's very, very squelchy, isn't it? The bowls are stopping dead.
They are, yeah. Don't know if you've just noticed, Andy's just cobbing his balls out of that corner. I don't know if it's rough down there or wet or what, but he's just lifting them a touch to try and get them a little bit further than sending them normally. Something wrong with this, Jimmy's.
Yeah, looks a little bit on the thin side.
Yeah. Well, just a yard short, really, on road, if that. Yeah, just lifted it again. Did you see that, Mel?
And he's just cobbing them out a little bit, isn't he?
He's played a reel in here.
Jimmy seems to put this down with some real purpose.
Yeah.
This ain't short.
No, he needs a hit though. I think he's underneath. Can't see now. Obviously it missed.
Nice little break. I think he's just indicated somebody in the crowd that he just lift him a little bit. It's not easy sort of just lifting your bowls and cobbing into it, Andrew, if you're not used to it. Quite art, really.
It is, yeah. He's only lifting them a little bit. It's not like he's sending them from knee or anything, but it is noticeable. The chap who we're talking to was Alan Broadhurst. I think, did he beat him in a final or semi-final on here?
Yeah, and he could play a bit on here, Alan, couldn't he?
Just a little bit, yeah.
One of the best finals ever, or the semi-finals, wasn't it? Alan played on here.
With Ingham Gregory?
Yeah.
Tremendous, that.
Well, Andy likes this one. Perfect route.
Yeah. Started leading very well down in that corner now. If you remember the first time they went down there, he played one about 2 yards off and never put Jimmy under any pressure. And Jimmy's just struggling now with his balls. They're just that little bit keener. Not a great deal, but just enough to make it a bit more difficult for him. This is a lot tighter. Jimmy's praying that it's only one.
Andrew seemed to get that way a bit quick, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy struck.
Looks tight, just.
Very top.
You can see he's getting very frustrated now, Jimmy.
16-12. He's just reaching well, Andy Andrew, and he's been in the semi-finals of this once before. We said won the spring twice.
Yeah.
To be fair, the conditions, I mean, he's done well in the spring. The conditions today are a little bit spring type heavy going, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, going back many years when he entered the spring, it was always 6 inch of grass on it, and it was heavy and bumpy, and it was a real battle to reach in the corners, and it's sort of suiting Andy at the minute. It's just his going, really, just lifting him out of that corner and playing a good length now.
No, he's not a million miles away here again. We are gradually extending the length and deeper into the corners.
Yeah, they're just trying to go an extra yard every time. Just breaking Jimmy's length up. Needs to stop. Can't do. That's another. First ball of any, that. What a good ball, only about a foot off.
This is a big ball for Jimmy now. I mean, Andrew's line 18 now with those two.
He needs to count. Big style.
They're coming a long way. Good
Yeah.
ball for the distance. Jimmy's
Change
turn
peg.
his peg.
Not sure the thinking behind it, but it's a bad ball.
The crowd have condemned this one. 2 more. 18-12.
Bad ball from Jimmy, that. I'm not just sure what he was thinking of. Obviously looked different from the mat, but never gave it a chance, really. That's full control now, Mr. Buckley.
Jimmy really needs to get in this end now, Andrew.
And we'll see what his lead's like. It's on a decent road. And he thinks he's just tight. If he's anywhere near a length, it won't be so bad, but no, it's short. That's the worst lead he's played down there for several ends. Has Jimmy reached? Has Jimmy reached? No.
Needed to punish that one.
He did. You can just see he's beating himself up a little bit down there now. He's all the confidence has gone that he had at the start of the game. And Andy's just plodded on and improved and gradually got better. Well, he needs a length. He might have overcorrected with this. Done the gap. Bad end of balls really from Jimmy there. Overcorrected with his second, poor first.
Yeah, it's 2012. You just can't see any way back for Jim now.
No, to be fair, that's the first real chance he's had to get in from after he's gone behind, but I needed to get in there. He's played very well as Andy on this mark. He's very similar to the mark the great Brian Duncan used to play, and won 5 Waterloos on it.
Andy's shouting, get on, thinks it's short. But
It's not so bad.
not so bad. From where Jimmy Darby's standing, that probably looks to touch you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of, again, rather have it than lick it. And Jimmy's tight and short. He's been tight with his first ball, every end coming this way. This is a bit tighter as well, but if he's further, he'll be okay. Yeah, gets another. First of any, really. And Jimmy's give this more to do. Give it more to do. It's had a bad trip.
No, can't win nothing this one, can it?
He'll have to turn right, very sharp.
Yeah, to Andy, yeah. Well, that was a good performance there from Andy Buckley, and he's come out a 21-12 winner. Quite impressive in them corners.
Yeah, very steady performance, really. Nothing, nothing outlandish. Just kept plodding away and got better and better as the game went on. And they always used to say if you could lead yard balls in these corners, you'd win the comp. And Andy's led a little bit better than that. So fully deserved win. I think Jim will be disappointed though with how he's finished the game.
Yeah, he started so well as well, didn't he? Across the middle, he got the first 4 or 5 shots in.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable. Even the first couple of times Andy went in the corners, Jimmy got in. But as the game's gone on, Andy's got better and given him less and less room.
Okay, well, we'll be coming back shortly. Little break now. We're coming back with the second semi-final. Warwick and Worcester's Pete Williams against North Langston Fylde's Wayne Ditchfield. And in a moment or two, we'll be trying to have a word, if we can, with Andy Buckley and Jimmy Darby. Now to Lynn, who's with Andy Buckley and Jimmy Darby.
Thank you, Mel. Yeah, joining me now, successful semi-finalist Andy Buckley, and commiserations to the gentleman on my left, Jimmy Darby. I'll come to Jimmy shortly. Well done, Andy. You couple of good pieces of good fortune that went your way in the middle of the game, and then you've played sort of in the corners and played them really, really tidy.
Yeah, I sat off well. I felt comfortable. I played some good balls early on. I weren't counting. Jimmy played well early on, and I just thought I've got to keep plugging here because I weren't doing a lot wrong. I played through a couple of times, just missed. But I knew I had to make sure that when I got the jack that I used it well and I led well, or else Jimmy, the class that he is, would have made me pay without a shadow of a doubt.
And of course, it isn't always easy playing somebody who not only is a friend, a teammate, but somebody whose game you know inside out. It's, you know, I know it's the Waterloo, but it's still in the back of your mind that you're playing naturally somebody you're quite close to week in, week out.
It's awful, to be honest. We just, before the game, we just keep apart, we go on the green, we play it in the right manner, we shake hands afterwards, we have a pint, and, you know, unfortunately, there has to be a loser. And, you know, Jimmy's more than capable of winning this tournament one day, and I'm sure he will do.
Yeah, well, the result that he's had on the green in the last few years, this man's name's on it at some point, isn't it? Just like yours is, but, you know.
Well, you've got to go out and do it at the end of the day. A lot of people say that, but, you know, you've got to go out and do it. People are saying that I should have won it before and things, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just all on the day, and you've just got to keep composed, and hopefully you play well. If you don't, you're going to lose.
Absolutely. Well, turning now to Jim, I mean, yeah, impeccable record in recent years, and I know you will be disappointed, you know, obviously, but yeah, I suppose if you were going to lose, this guy here is probably one of the ones that you'd wish to lose to.
Yeah, I mean, in the last 5 years, I think I've been beat by Gary, Ellis, Cowp, GI, and now Andy. And three out of them 5 years has been the winner, and obviously this year's, you know, yet to find out. Yeah, great game. I set off, you know, the game plan was to get in front, carve his length up a bit, blah, blah, blah. And I look back now, just briefly, you know, it was a measure you got in, but I think you were in anyway. It weren't really a proper measure. And then 2 or 3 ends after, it's 12-7, 12-10 for me. I've led not a bad ball. It was, 2 foot wide. It's done well, actually, because it was narrow. And you've not beat it, but you've hit Jack. you've hit Jack. I've got mine out bad because it's so easy to just think, right, just get down and send one. If you don't get it out with a bit of, you know, pizzazz sort of thing, it won't do it for you. It won't find a bit of running, you know what I mean? And Andy's got another. And next end, I've gone up and had a look. Fancy it's only one. I've got it out clean. It's hit my own back ball. There always a chance of doing that. And then he's run out. I think you run out from there, haven't you? You know. But it's so hard to get him out in the corners. When he puts one up 5 foot off, you think, right, I'll just send this and beat it. And then it's short. I mean, you know, Andy knows his bowls. I think they're good running bowls anyway. But, yeah, I just hope he wins it now.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, commiserations, Jim, and I'm sure your name is destined to be on that trophy at some point, and we'll see you back here.
I'll take it home and engrave it myself.
But obviously, we'd like to wish Andy all the best in the final. Obviously, we'll see now who you play. You obviously know Wayne a lot more than you know Peter, but you just take one game at a time.
I don't think it makes any difference. You've got to concentrate on your own game. If I play well, I'm not bothered if I win or lose to a certain respect. Obviously, I want to win. But if I play well, that's the main thing. That's all I want to do. Yeah. If I play well, I hold my head up high and I can face my daughter when I get home.
Well, there's not much pressure, more pressure on the daughter than on the crowd here today. So, but anyway, thank you both for speaking to me. And we'll be joining the second semi-final shortly.
Let's go and get a pint, lad.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Waterloo Hotel for the second semi-final, and joining me back up here again is 4 times champion Gary Ellis. It's a nice introduction, Gary, isn't it?
Yes, thank you, Mel.
And away we go. Pete Williams from the George Bowling Club in Warwick, Worcester, against Wayne Ditchfield from St Joseph's, North Langston Foyle. Well, Gary, obviously all the money's on Wayne, but Pete's played tremendously well all through, and certainly I'm sure a lot of people, including me, will not write him off. He just needs to settle in. Won the toss. Poor lead to start with.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here. I think I don't know too much about Pete, but of what I've seen with how he's practiced, he looks like his length appears to be a medium length. I don't know if that's right or wrong. The people that know him will know whether it's right or wrong, but it looks like a medium length, and that might just result in Wayne either playing a long way, full corners, or very short, I think, in this game. So we'll see how it pans out. Pete's played 2 very poor bowls here. Be disappointed with those first end. There should be an absolute gimme to this.
I think Wayne will probably turn his peg here, Gary.
Yeah, it's a simple peg in the other peg. He's let it go a bit, but it's a lot of running to do to run out. Can't run out, it's his own.
The first semi-final, Gary, obviously 2 of your Graham Manchester teammates. What did you make of that game?
Well, Jimmy started off well, and Andy wasn't playing too bad. He was trying to play reaching bowls and pretty accurate in terms of where he's putting them, but he was just missing. And then suddenly he's had a couple of bits of rubs which you need, and not outrageous rubs, but and he's gone clear then. But I mean, a feature of Andy's game there, I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but in that bottom toilet corner where there's a bit of rough ground, he was just lifting his bowls very slightly to get them out. And initially I thought he'd misdelivered them, but he hadn't. He was doing it on purpose, and he just got them out of there a bit better than Jimmy, I think, in the end.
Yeah, we did comment on that, Gary, and he was sending them a long way.
Yeah, well, I was watching him from this corner here, and he was absolutely drilling them out into the bottom corner. Absolutely drilling them. Good lead from Wayne.
He's gone quite deep, hasn't he? I think, as you say, plan is probably looking at going a long way with Peter.
I think it'll be full distance or short off what I've seen here, but he's got Peter playing short here.
Oh, Wayne's after this one.
Looks okay to me. Couldn't.
Doesn't see him running too many up, Wayne. If he's just trying to get an early bit of pressure on Pete, I don't know.
No, he'll just be keyed up a bit as you are. You know, this looks too far, Mel.
Not so sure. It's a good effort, this.
Is it not? Is it not too far? It is just too far. I was panicking then. I thought I was going to stop a length.
Yeah. Well, perfect start for Wayne.
Yeah, 2-2 is exactly what you want. I think he'll go straight back now. He'll go straight back, thumb peg, right hand side of the ridge. Sorry, left hand side of the ridge. That's the mark that he likes.
And of course, it's going to be a very heavy mark up to the hotel corner.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Pete had a lot of games, he knows he need to be reaching up there.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete will know. It's just the thing is with Pete here, like if he's only played like 15-20 games a year, it's just whether lack of sharpness, if you like, catches up with you, and hopefully it won't for him. But decent bowl, yard short.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, Gary, but he's played a lot of bowls in the last few games.
He has.
Few days,
He
and
has.
he's sending a lot of bowls up.
He has. No, I mean, there's been no sign of it up to now. Up until the first 3 ends of this game, he's just
That's
starting
right.
to struggle now.
He's not reached at all.
No.
It's probably 3-4 yards short, that one.
Yeah. Wayne will make another here. He's come to the peg. I'm surprised at that. He must look bang in the way. Decent bowl. Better than his first. No, I'd almost say that he desperately needs to be beating these. He doesn't want to concede another 2 here. That's short.
Oh, Pete.
That's short.
Long
That's
way
short.
short. He's got to be giving the
That's
bowls
short,
a chance.
Yeah.
He must get in quickly, Peter.
I don't quite know why he's come finger peg there.
Yeah, and Pete's
But
first
maybe
short bowl didn't seem to be on the land, did
It
it?
doesn't look bang in the way for me, does it? I don't quite know why Wayne turned his peg. But anyway, it's worked for him. 11-5. He'll be straight back down, thumb peg into this, into the other corner now.
Well, he's not sent it so far this time. He's probably 4 or 5 yards short of the previous length.
Well, he won't have done that on purpose, Mel. After seeing Pete just send a couple of short bowls, he'd be wanting to get in as deep as he can here, but not a dafting again. Decent bowl. Just died again.
Looks alright again.
Yeah, good bowl this. Good bowl. Now then, same as last end, he desperately needs to beat these. 11-5. Just needs a yard in. Something wrong with it.
Yeah, it's too big.
Something wrong with it too.
2 more. Oh, Wayne's
2 good bowls
made-
of Wayne's there though. 2
They're good bowls. He's made a perfect start, hasn't he? 4-2 is it?
Yeah.
In a Waterloo semi-final.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, isn't it?
And Pete's not played a bowl yet.
Well, I mean, the first end was a killer, really, wasn't it? He was 2 yards short with his first and 3 yards short with his second. Off the way he's played all week, he'll be really disappointed with that. But we've seen people come back from these positions earlier this week.
We saw it yesterday. Jason Jones on Monday with Simon.
Yeah, 13-5.
Same situation.
Yeah.
Came back and won.
Yeah, so it's not impossible, but he desperately needs a couple of decent bowls now to a get on the scoreboard and B, get a bit of confidence, really. This is decent again, Mel. Good ball. Good ball. He's not making it any easier sending them that near for him, that's for certain. Not on a road.
No,
Only
he's
slightly
short
with
as
that.
well.
He's just not quite on a road.
Wayne's after this one.
They're saying run on the crowd. I don't know whether it's... No, it's alright. Decent. It's a yard short, but it's got one. Now, has he got more in this?
Well, he looks a little bit too near us
Yeah,
again.
I think he is. He's just... I don't know whether that's give up or whether it's just save one.
Wayne's body language is disappointed with the second one, but he's still looking at them.
He's not kicked him up, Mel. He's not looking at him too despairingly. Yeah, I think off that it's two. He didn't look too happy when he threw the mat down there, did he?
No. well, a measure on here.
Yeah. Bowling today's been a lot better, hasn't it?
Oh, it does, yeah, a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, we're just having this measure, Gary, as well. How was yourself? I know you've had to drop out of a few tournaments lately. You've had a problem with the shoulder, neck, and problem.
Yeah. It's all right now. It's not 100%, but it's good enough to play. So just got to get on with it. I think it'll be okay in the longer term, which is the main thing. So
And you're
only a slight thing.
Yeah, you're going to be fit enough for the champions next week.
I think so, unless I have a problem in between. At the moment, I'm all right. Yeah.
That's good.
15-5. Now it is a long way back from this position.
5 ends, 5 twos.
Yeah. Has he reached? He's not reached, I don't think. Now then, big chance for Pete here. He'll win it, but I think it's won it anyway. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Wayne doesn't beat that.
He's getting after it, Wayne.
Has he got some more in this?
Yeah, this is better. A lot further.
Can he hit that? Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Has he won it, that bowler, Pete? I don't know. I'm looking at it now, thinking it might be too wide.
Well, this is a big chance of Peter.
Yeah, he
must count.
Can he get by? Ooh. Yeah, just needed a bit of luck there to get by, and he's got it. So fair,
Yeah, it got in.
He deserved that, really. That'd have been a killer if he'd gone into the back of one of those two.
Right. Well, I'm sure he's relieved there now. He just got a lead.
Yeah, he needs to be getting to 10 as quickly as he can here, doesn't he? And try and cut the deficit.
He's having a little word with Wayne there. I think he's asking if Wayne's bottled it.
So what do you know about Pete in terms of the game he plays? He looks to me like he perhaps plays a medium length.
He can play anything. I mean, he's a quality player, but
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, you can see from his delivery, he's just got that nice little step forward, a little swing.
45 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you know, I mean, you know the George well, and that's his home green. And that's a nice little quick green. Well, not a little green, a quick green, beautiful green.
Decent size, though, isn't it, as well?
Decent size, yeah.
He's played a poor lead. He'll not be happy with that. Is Wayne by it? Yeah, he is by it.
It's a good.
Still a yard off.
I think the George. I mean, you've had a lot of success on it, Gary. It's a tremendous green, and I think it's a sort of green that improves players as well, and it learns you to be able to put so many different ways to put a yard in and take a yard out, isn't it?
The George is a green that's got, it's a little bit like the main green at Good Bowl.
Good and Pete.
A little bit like the main green at Owley Wood. It's got everything really. It's got fast marks, heavy marks, dropping marks, big swinging, pegging marks over the middle, up the edges. It's got absolutely everything that a bowler would want really. It's then just a case of whether you play, whether it's a green that you read well really. I don't know whether that's won it, Mel. I think it has won it looking at that camera angle. If it has won it, it's a good bowl away.
Pete's talking to the crowd, but I mean, he's created a bit of a laugh, and I just said, Wayne's in.
Yeah, it's a good bowl that turned his peg straight back in. If he can get in again this end, he's in an extremely strong position now. He obviously fancies the other corners from where he's won the jack there. I thought perhaps he'd have gone back for the same ones, but he's having a go at the others. He did play the others in his quarter-final game, so it'll be a mark he knows. Yard short. Has he reached? Can he get by?
Needs to get past.
That's unlucky. That is unlucky.
He looked a perfect length as well.
Yeah, it's unlucky though. It's exactly what you don't need when you're this far behind, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, mate.
Well, he's got rid of it well enough. Has he reached?
Mike Alden saying, kick it, Wayne.
Not quite got one.
I'm sure that's in the rules, is it?
Don't bother about the rules. Got this short, Mel. I hope I'm wrong. No, he's not,
Can he find a way through the gap there?
No, it wasn't short, was it? Nearly bloody gone out. I think it's gone out. Didn't seem to deliver it perfectly, but it's won it.
Won it.
Must be a long way short there then, Wayne's bowl, if that's won it.
No, then come on, Pete. Let's have a lead off,
this is where he desperately needs to put a couple of ends together here now, a couple of twos. Be what he's after. He's looking across the middle of the green again. Yeah, 35, 40 yards. Decent ball. I don't know what to make of that. Is it 2
2 feet?
Can't quite see it properly from
2
Is it 2
feet,
feet? Yeah.
And Wayne's nearly licked it.
Yeah.
Just left it.
Not there. Yeah. Just wants to
smack on the road.
It.
Pete needs to keep off it.
We're going for another here. Not got one. Now Wayne will either try and play a dead bowl here and try and find a run through. Oh, he's turned his peg.
Oh, he's clicked off his own bowl.
Well, that's won it or not.
If he does, fortunate.
Don't give anything away, Pete, does he? You can't tell off whether he thinks he's in or not. He just gets on with it, doesn't he? Off that, Wayne thinks it's won it. Wayne thinks it's won it.
Yeah, he looks sort of confident there, doesn't he, Wayne?
There's a few to play with. There's a few in front, so I think he's pointing to his own. He just likes his own.
Yes,
Yeah,
Wayne.
he was right. Yeah.
17-7.
17-7.
Oh, fortunate one there for Wayne, but at least, give his bowl a chance, didn't he?
You say he was looking at the toilet corner. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go back for the pub corner. No, he is doing. This is where he's had Pete playing short earlier. So I think he'll be looking to repeat that if he can. Plenty far enough for me. Yeah. He's misjudged that. Let's give Pete a chance here.
I think we could be getting a bit of the wet stuff coming soon, Gary. It's gone very, very dark. Big cloud coming over.
Oh, that'll be Buckley's price contracting then. Yeah, decent bowl. Well, he's certainly better. Chance with this for me. Can it get there? Is it just going to die?
Let's just give up.
I think it's give up, yeah. Looks to have done for me, doesn't it?
It's smacking a road.
Yeah. Yeah, give up. Yeah, it's starting to rain
Pete's
now.
going to need to change his peg, I think, here. Can't afford to touch Wayne's bowl. Yeah, turned over, coming at his finger.
He's not far off Wayne's bowl. Oh, he's tight, he's okay.
Yeah, one more to Pete. Just needs to hold the jack for two or three ends, isn't it?
He just looks like he's not dead sure where to go to me. Has he played a certain mark in his other games? I can't.
No, he's played all over the green. He's
Yeah.
played really well. I mean, the other day he played from east to west stand across the middle and played it really well. He looks pretty confident all over the green, Peter, to be fair. He's not stuck to any one mark.
No. He's gone similar distance. 40-45 yards again. Has he led 1-0?
Yeah, it's all right. Good
Can't be so bad now, can it? Wherever it goes.
Yeah, really.
Good ball. Good ball. That's what he needed. Not happy with that, Wayne. I think it caught a bit of a bobble as it was leaving his hand. It's short. Only just short. Probably robbed it, that.
It's still quite windy outside as well, and there's a bit of a swirling wind around, Gary.
Yeah, it's just getting up a bit, I think, the wind. It wasn't too bad while I was out
Pete,
there,
getting off that one.
yeah, good ball. Good ball.
I like it.
This would be a killer if Wayne beats these at this position. Chance for me, Mel. Chance for me, this. Just wide.
Too big.
It is
Gone out.
Just wide, yeah. Yeah, I thought he was
See
in,
to Peter.
I thought he was into him for a rest there, but he wasn't. He was just giving it too much land.
Oh, he's into double figures. He has played from there, Peter has, sort of going back, sort of thumb bias across, sort of 3/4 length across the green towards the end of the terracing, towards the pub.
Right,
He
well,
may be looking at doing that again.
That'll probably be where he's going to head for then.
Yeah, looking at it.
He's thinking about where to go, isn't he? Shortened it a bit.
Yeah.
He's gone finger peg as well. I think he's gone straight peg, hasn't he? Not so bad. Good one for me. Yeah, decent. Can this get there? Just going to die, I think. Yep. Now then, Can he make another? Yeah, decent again.
Not sure if it's made another one.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
stuck
know.
out
He's
a bit.
actually a bit low. His pace was right, wasn't it?
Oh, Wayne likes this one. He's following it up.
Yeah. I think it'd be wrong with it if it goes out. It has gone out. He's hung in there, hasn't he? You know, he looking dead and buried. He's now got to a position where he's 11-17.
Yeah,
Needs a good lead. There isn't much margin for error from here, is there?
No. I said before, he's just unflappable, Peter. He just
Yeah.
plods on. Nothing phases him.
So go straight back down, Thumphead, do you think? To where
I
he's
think
just
so,
come
yeah.
from? Yep. Just wants to run a bit for me, Mel.
Yeah, just left it a yard.
Just,
Bang in front.
yeah, it's just not quite good enough, I don't think, that. Another foot in it, it wouldn't have been so bad, but I think Wayne will beat that. He would have done, he's just hit wrong, hasn't he? Yeah.
Needs to improve now, Pete.
Yeah, well, he just
Put
made
that yard
it.
in.
He just made that one into an half decent bowl though now with touching it. This is okay, isn't it? This is okay. Good ball.
Good ball.
Good ball, lad.
Just settle down there, playing some good balls, Gary.
I think Wayne needs a connection here.
Well, it's
Needs
too
a
big.
connection with this.
Gone out.
2.
Is it 2?
2.
Yeah, 2.
I think it's 2, certain.
Yeah, got a game on now, yeah. 13, 17.
Yeah. A lot of turnarounds have been this week, hasn't there?
There
Like,
has.
you know, people 5 or 6 in front, that next thing are, you know, 5 or 6 behind. You've seen a lot of that, haven't you?
We just said at the start of this game when he was 13-5 down, same situation Jason Jones was in, and he turned it round, beat Simon Coe. And
So
this was 15-5, wasn't it?
This was 15-5. He got 5-2 as well.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, he's finally settled, Pete, and he's got within 4 now. So again, same situation, decent lead required. I've got this to far, Mel. To far, give him a chance here. It's decent, beatable, but
Yeah, he's punished it, Wayne.
at least he stepped in, you know. At least he stepped in with a decent bowl. Whatever happens here, Wayne's going to have a bowl this second, you know, to either count 2 or a bit of room. Has he reached? Has he reached?
He's short.
Exactly what he didn't need, doesn't it? He'll make 2 here, Wayne.
He got himself back in the game
Yeah.
there, Gary, and he just...
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
2
2.
a week, this. Yeah, he's done well to get himself back in, and then it's just gone away from him that end, so he's back to 6 behind now, 19. Be interesting to see where Wayne goes, whether he goes back thumphead for the toilet corner or goes finger peg for the other corner. He's thinking about it himself. He's going back for this corner. This is where he's had most of his success in this game, so I think he's probably done the right thing here. Not so bad.
Yeah, it's a good ball.
2 feet off. Nothing wrong with that. Pete reached?
Yeah, he's reached. Okay.
If he's reached, Mel, he's a chance. Don't know, Matt just have edged out that actually.
Yeah, just asking Brian, the referee. Yeah, Wayne's in.
He's asking it to stop, Wayne. No, it's alright. Whether that's got one or not.
Peter not asked.
It's a reach, Phil.
Stop quick that.
He's unlucky really because he's banged on the road with both of them, and he's just one's just slipped 2 foot past, the other's just stopped 2 foot short. Might even be 2 here.
Yeah, Wayne signalled 2 for game. He's a good judge, Wayne, until so. Pete's got the pegs on.
Gonna have to work out what they measure here. That one's not in.
To measure the lot.
We'll just do one of Wayne's against both the Pete's, and the other one's of Wayne's against both the Pete's. If he thinks it's 2.
Yeah, 2 to Wayne.
Yeah.
Well, 21-13,
Yeah,
Wayne Ditchfield.
Just played a bad end at the wrong time, didn't he? At 17-13, and I think how many 2s they conceded there? I think he's conceded 7 2s.
7
there.
2s, yeah.
Can't do that.
No.
No, you can't do that.
But as I Peter can be proud. I'm sure he'd be disappointed, but can be very proud of his effort here in reaching the semi-final of the most famous tournament in Crown Green Bowl. So. And Wayne now into a final against Andy Buckley, and I think the final is going to commence in approximately 30 minutes, I believe, but I don't know. But for the time being, we'll just have a short break, and then we'll see if we can have a word with Wayne and Pete Williams. So thanks for that, for joining us, Gary.
Okay, Mel.
And I'm sure you can go and have a well-earned pint now.
I will.
Okay, we're now going over to Lynn in the studio with Wayne Ditchfield and Peter Williams.
Thank you, Mel. Yeah, joining me now, the second semi-finalists, Wayne Ditchfield and Peter Williams, with Wayne coming out on top. I'll turn my attention to Wayne first. Congratulations, mate. You got off to a dream start, and every player's wish in the semi-final to 5-2s on the bounce.
Yeah, cheers, Lynn. Yeah, getting off to a great start just eased the pressure a bit, really. But that was soon knocked down when Pete started putting him near the jack. I didn't want that, really. But no, it's a shame, really, for Pete that he's had a bad start, because he's played well all the way through the comp, and he's competed very well as well for not sending many bowls. I know he's not playing much. It takes some doing, so every credit to Pete for getting so far. But hope I go a bit better now, because I have a tough game now with Andy. So.
Yeah, and Pete got back to 17-13, and it's always the case, isn't it? When you want to lead, to put you under a bit of pressure to turn the tables a bit, he loops you in with an easy-ish 2, and then for you to clock out with 2 at the end. So.
Yeah, it just eased the pressure right back down, and that's what you're always hoping for, a bad lead and step in. But I didn't really step in, and unfortunate for Pete, he didn't beat mine. So obviously it was an easy 2, and then I've played 2 reasonable good bowls last end and got up on the measure so I just hope I can lead a bit better than that game, really.
Yeah. Well, turning my attentions now to the gallant runner-up. We've talked about, obviously, not the start you would have wanted, and against a player of Wayne's class, you can't be giving a 10 start, can you?
I just wished I'd never have entered the competition now, you know what I mean?
No, but Wayne's right, for somebody...
I had a dream start, I had a nightmare start, I just stopped sending them there, so... paid the price, and that was it. So I got back to 17, 13, and that one, when I led, come out that sweet, but straight away I'm like 2 yards over, and then second bowl, no bowl, good night Vienna. So.
Yeah, I mean, you must be, obviously disappointed, clearly, but to not been playing that many bowls, and get to the semi-final of the Waterloo, it's fairy tales are made of stuff like that, aren't they?
Yeah, but no, I might play a bit more next season. I might enter the spring as well as this one.
Well, obviously Warwick must be very proud of you, Pete, and I'm sure you and your family as well. You've done, remarkable and done yourself proud. So commiserations, congratulations.
I'll be back.
I'm sure you will. So I'm going to put you on the spot now. Who's going to lift the trophy?
He's sitting by me and he's twice the size of me, so I'll say Wayne.
You got me sitting in front of you.
You're offering me much protection, haven't you? Wayne will win it 18. That's my prediction.
Right, okay. There you go then, viewers. You see, get your money on Pete Williams' tip for Wayne Ditchfield to lift the trophy, 21-18. We'll find out, obviously, in the next hour or so. But just a quick word with Wayne before we let him go. Yeah, obviously, Andy Buckley, real tough game. You know that. But, great final in prospect. And it's like anything. This game is easy. Whoever gets the closest has got a chance of winning, isn't they?
Yeah, he's a class act, so I'm going to have to play well. It's as simple as that. I can't say any more, really. He's a man in form. He's been playing brilliant up to now, and I've been happy the way I've played. I've just not had a bit of run so far this week. I've had the run, so maybe it's my year. Let's hope so.
Well, wish you all the best, Wayne, for a superb final, and I'm sure we will see a great tussle in the final of the 2013 Men's Waterloo Championships. Andy Buckley versus Wayne Ditchfield coming shortly. Thank you, Mel. Yeah, joining me now, a gentleman who's been instrumental, very much behind the scenes, and I know personally takes little credit publicly for all the hard work he has done in the last few months, but hard work he has, and that's Ricky Cochran. Good afternoon, Ricky.
Afternoon, Lynn.
You must be delighted, obviously, with how this week has gone. We've had mixed fortunes with the weather, but a lot of hard work over the last few weeks and months gone on behind the scenes.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a great turnout today. Everything that we could have hoped for. Obviously, the weather could have been a bit better, but over and all, it's been marvellous, and it's a group of people, who I've got to thank that have made it happen. I've got to start off with Tommy and Sharon King. Tommy's great at getting the entries in, and he helped me a lot with that. And Sharon, Gordon Butcher. We had no equipment when we knew we were taking this comp on the beginning of May. He's lent us all his equipment free of charge so we could cut the green. And without people like that, there wouldn't be a Waterloo. And of course, as yourself and Mel, what you've done for us and what you've done for me and the supportive of me is unbelievable, really. You've given up your own time to come and do the draw on the night, coming all the way from Cannock up to Blackpool. You've done it again today. You've been up, and I can't thank you enough, really. It's great of you all.
Yeah, well, we do it, and I mean, we, like Mel, myself, and the team in the production room this afternoon, and everybody who you've mentioned, but we do it for the love of the sport, don't we, as you do as well, and without, obviously, willing helpers, the game would struggle, but there's lots of people out there who I think are willing to work hard and make this venture here work. It is the only purpose-built stadium we've got in the sport, and we've got to do our damnedest to protect it, and thanks to the likes of yourself and your team behind the scenes, I think we're well on our way now to hopefully open a new chapter in the Waterloo.
Yeah, and I think Peter Jolsey, everybody that's given the time up, the leaseholders who puts £10,000 sponsorship into competitions now, they've been absolutely marvellous, and everybody who's here today, please go and support the pub. If you're in Blackpool in the winter, it's a long winter. Support the pub, support the venue. If you're thinking of a party next year, use it, because we've got to use it or we'll lose it, and it's as simple as that. And Crown Green Bowling without the Waterloo, it will be a lot worse off.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bear thinking about, football without Wembley, snooker without the Crucible. It doesn't happen, does it? It's, as you say, bowlers. And it's only bowlers who can make a difference and support this place.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking to Peter earlier in the day, you know, and I was actually asking him, you know, did he realise that the legendary, you know, reputation that the Waterloo had, and I don't think he did when he first invested it, but by God, I think he does now.
Sure he does, yeah. I mean, obviously, you look at the people that are here today, you know, past winners round the green, Brian Duncan, Stan Frith. You go into the pub and you see all the old pictures on the wall of previous winners. It's got history, it's got tradition, and we've got to do our utmost to get it back to the pinnacle of our sport, and it's got to be supported.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I can speak obviously as a player who's had a lot of success here. It still gives me, you know, tingles in the spine every time I come through the door, you know, and that's the effect that this place has on people, isn't it?
Absolutely. Just from my local club this year, a couple of ladies have come and played for it for the first time, and they were starstruck by just playing in the stadium for the first time. And you know, they forget it's just a bowling green, because it's not. You come in and you see the stadium. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I'd like personally, you know, on behalf of Mel, myself, and the rest of the Globe Gig team, to actually thank you for your efforts. I know that they've certainly not gone unnoticed by many people. Without guys like you and Tommy and the rest of your team behind the scenes, who knows, we might not actually be here now, but well done. And this gentleman deserves all the plaudits that he does get for all the work and the effort that Ricky and his team have put in. So on behalf of fellow bowlers, we thank you, Ricky, most sincerely.
Thanks very much. Thanks a lot.
Okay, well, we'll let this gentleman go off and have a drink before the final that will join shortly with Mel and his commentary team for the 2013 Men's Waterloo Championships. Don't miss it. It's going to be a nail-biter.
Thanks for that, Lynn. Well, I'm told the final is going to start at 3:40, so we're just going to have a little break now, and we'll be back with all the action from the Waterloo final. Well, here we have now, we're back for the final. This year's Waterloo Championships. Onto the green comes Andy Buckley. Wayne Ditchfield. And back here in the commentary we have Andy Cairns. Big occasion for both these lads. You've been there, Andrew.
They'll be absolutely petrified about the next 40 minutes of bowling, and if they're not nervous about it, there's something wrong with them. This is the biggest game in their careers, and they've both won massive things before, but nothing as big as this.
Yeah, should be a good game. They both played, you know, very well. Particularly, I think Andy in his semi-final, he just ran away. Well, both of them were runaways in a way. When Wayne got off to a real good start against Peter, and he come back. Another one, Andy just ran away from Jimmy at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, Wayne got out the traps well, and he countered quite a few loose balls that would normally probably get punished. And Andy, who played quite a good game against Jimmy, he just worked out that Jimmy's balls were a lot stronger than his, and played a mark that suited his balls rather than Jimmy's.
Well, here we go. Wayne's won the toss, leading out the final of this year's Men's Waterloo Championships. First prize, £2,500. Do you think they might start as a bit of a corner battle? I think Wayne's going to go for the corner as well.
Yeah, I think they'll both go for him. I think Andy will be changing his peg a lot. I don't think he'll follow him on some of these marks that Wayne went on. Andy will be wanting to play straighter marks, going right in them. Wayne likes to play on the peg, maybe 2 or 3 yards of peg over the 50 yards, you know.
Got a good ball here. It's got in, yeah. Now they bet. It's Buckley 4-6, Ditchfield 11-10.
Yeah, I just had Andy favourite, which after the way he's played today, you'd say that's fair enough. And again, weight of money as well.
He's watching this bowl. Skim the jack. Ditchfield 1. I'm sure these two have played each other a few times.
Yeah, they possibly have. I'm not sure. Andy's not as prolific a competition player as he used to be. He goes into a lot of comps in Yorkshire, which obviously isn't far from Oldham. He doesn't venture this way much, so they might have played in one or two of the Yorkshire comps, maybe Hillcrest or Cleckheaton, somewhere like that.
And I spoke to both of them. Both of them have got a great deal of respect for each other. And they're both expecting a tough game, which you would expect in the final.
It's all about settling down. I think, like I said, they're probably both very nervous, and I would imagine Wayne's more nervous than Andy, to be honest, because Andy's won on here before. I know Wayne has, but that was only the junior level, you know.
Yeah, he's had the junior Waterloo 3 times. Oh, it's scrambled in that one, but still room. Wayne's looking better with this one. It's pegged up, that Andy.
I think Wayne will be slightly stronger in bias than Andy. Andy's playing particularly weak balls today. They always say that this green suits a weak ball, and maybe it does still. There's 2 there.
2 to Andy. 7-6, loose end there from Wayne, but as you say, there should be a few nerves. You've got to settle down. You've been through all that, Andrew, and I mean, how old were you, Andy, when you was in final?
24. So sort of similar age to what Wayne is. I think by the time I got to the final, I'd sort of, you know, relaxed a little bit, and I was nervous to start with, and then just got on with it. And I think you get lost in the game, and it's just about settling down, getting the first few ends out of the way, and getting a length again, and then you'll be right.
Well, we've got a length with this one as Andy. He's played this sort of thumb bias mark up this edge a few times around, but what we got here? Oh, it's gone at the back door.
Real effort, that. Real effort. Made it a bit more awkward now for Wayne to get that ball out. Hello, Andy leaves him.
He got this away bad. Yeah, just had a little bobble in front of him. Looked at the ground.
Yeah.
Any bonus? Is it my finish in the way?
Yeah, it's finished in the way. It's nuisance foul. There's not a lot for Wayne on here for reaching. Unless it's the jack absolutely full.
He's coming at it to the peg straight with pace.
Yeah. Just underneath. Quite a dangerous ball, really. If he'd have got onto Andy's ball rather than the jack, he could have ended up 2 down.
Is Andy going to venture straight in those corners?
I think he will. I think he'll definitely have a go. I know Wayne, in his quarter-final game, played in these corners, but it's a bit different when you're following rather than leading. Looking for a lead. He's outside the jack road. It'll run fairly straight now. Like I say, he's a little bit weaker than the jack.
He's a bit pacey as well.
Yeah, it's probably a bit of adrenaline. Wayne's gone inside. Should start pegging now. Yeah, not so bad.
Good one. No, he'd better land with this, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't think he's there though. I think he's short. A couple of yards further would have been okay.
Yeah, comfortable 2 here for Wayne. Make it all square right across.
The trumpeter's added a certain something today. and keeping us entertained in the breaks.
Yeah, quite impressed with his God Save the Queen. And a nice tribute to Charlie Tattersall as well, Andrew.
Yeah, it was very nice. There was talk about maybe a minute's silence or something like that, but I think a minute's applause or a round of applause is nice. And they've put a plaque on the rail where he used to stand as a bookmaker, and nice to see.
Yeah.
Wayne playing the opposite way that Andy would have come, and I can see Andy turning over if this is anywhere near the road. No, he's followed him.
I think he's better land than
He's a
Wayne's.
better road, but I don't think he's just here. Just that little bit short. Wayne's thinking about changing over. And decided to stick to the original peg. Oh, he needs to miss that ball. I think he's just inside it. Yeah, he's good on now.
Two. Nice to have the final in sunshine as well, Andrew.
Yeah, it is. It's
After the week we've had.
yeah, it's nice blue sky now. A few clouds, but very pleasant. And the sun, nice and warm. Andy's thinking about playing through on the thumb peg. Gone for it. Gone for it. Not really. Just a dead length, isn't it? Good save.
Yeah, good effort.
I think he was trying to play a couple of feet over really and resting something, but good save. He'll be happy with that.
Not sure where Wayne will go now, but Andrew, he's not going to go back up that corner.
Yeah, I think he will. But he might be playing thumb peg, swinging off the crown. Changed it, going across the middle of the green.
And Gary was saying earlier, he thinks a lot about what he's doing, doesn't he, Wayne, for a young man. He concentrates. Seems to have, I spoke to him earlier this season, he said he slowed his game down a little bit. He felt he was rushing things and not always thinking things through, but he studies everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think sometimes he's too slow, if that makes sense. He's very laboured sometimes when he's going across the green. But it has been notable this season that he has slowed down quite a lot. Which isn't a bad thing, but sometimes you just want to be getting on with the game.
The bad ball, Andy Buckley's there, is several yards short.
Yeah.
And Wayne's not going to break the jack in two.
No, well,
Big room.
You'd just imagine him just to put one in, no problem here, but he's certainly far enough. Wash this out.
Not at all.
Leaving two, you know.
South of it.
Wow.
What a dreadful end, but Wayne's not going to complain.
No.
Two on the board.
You've got to put that down to nerves, I think.
11-8.
I mean, Wayne today hasn't really been put under much pressure. From 15-10 down in his quarter-final game, he's had a fairly comfy ride through. He was having a solo trial in his semi-final, and Peter came back a little bit and played a loose end, and that was game over. So it'd be interesting how he responds if Andy does put him under a bit of pressure. Looking a good on this.
Yeah, I mean, since Saturday, Wayne's not really been troubled. He's won 13, 14. Most today was Thomas Lowndes, who got 17 against him. 13 just in the semi-final against Peter Williams. He's not really been troubled too much. Good turnover.
You sometimes forget just how young Wayne is as well. You know, 22, already won the Isle of Man, won big, massive competitions. And
oh, a tremendous bowl. That's livened the crowd up. Needed that, Andrew.
He did.
9-11.
That's a real big ball. Wasn't favourite to lick it either.
Yeah, for a young man, he's won a lot of stuff. And I mean, as a junior, he won the Junior Waterloo 3 times, Junior All England 4 times. He's won the Up Crest, Isle of Man, North Lancashire File Merit. Come close to the All England in a couple of years ago, lost in the final in Shrewsbury.
Yeah, lost with Mike Riley from North Wales. That's a better lead. Looks a lot tighter, does Wayne. A lot of a pace on as well. Important he gets another. He's had a bit of a jump as it came out. It's important he gets another. Needs to keep the pressure on Wayne all the time. Can't give him any free shots. Yeah, done its job. Oh, doesn't like it.
He certainly reached.
Yeah, he said he didn't like it. He gave a little scream when he let it go. Not sure what was wrong with it.
Oh, perfect bowl. Crucial bowl again there. Done that twice now, so he's 12. And it would have been 11 across, 12-9.
Yeah.
12-9, jack in hand.
It's a brave ball that he's played there. A lot of people would have tried to save at 2 down. Obviously thought that the target was big enough to hit one of them, one of the 3. Lots of chances, and he got the little jack.
They're trying different marks every time, aren't they? Going somewhere different.
For the ROV club.
Can't be so bad, this. Just over length. Not so bad at all. These are the balls that Andy needs to be licking.
Just cut the land a little.
Well, he's certainly settled the best of the 2 as Wayne. He's playing the right balls and he's leading well.
I think he's been settled all week. I spoke to him yesterday. I did comment that where some seem to be troubled with the rain and the wind or the odd bubble on the green, he just got on with it and never complained. And as he said, it's just the same for everybody.
That's a very nice, mature attitude he's showing. Well, this has got a big chance. Big chance. Could have done with it falling over, really, but very hard to tell from this distance.
I think Wayne fancies it, but Andy's got the pegs in. The referee pointed to Andy's bowl, and if you noticed.
No, I didn't see that, Mel.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the monitor. I still can't tell looking at the monitor.
Yeah, it was 1-1. Ref right again. 13-9, nice little 4-shot advantage, 8 shots from home.
Left it a little bit short. Nearly 2 yards. Looks like the wind's getting up a little bit down there.
Yeah, just affecting Andy, isn't it?
Hmm.
Can't remember. Leave it to go. I can't remember either.
Needs to get past that ball. Yeah, good length, good bowl.
Yeah, not so bad at all. Good length. Changed his peg at that. Obviously thought his own ball was in the way. Andy has to make 2 here. Followed him in. Good 2.
11-13. Andy's back on this mark. He's served him pretty well over the last few days. Thumb peg or round peg to this corner.
Not a bad lead. Wayne needs to pick the jack up. Just gone. Just gone. Just finishes a little bit there. Just slopes into this corner ever so slightly. Needs a length here. Road's great. Road's absolutely superb. I think it's made one.
Wayne's coming to the peg.
I can see Wayne trying to run the jack here.
Finger. Oh, is it underneath?
Badly underneath. That's very surprising.
2 more. Oh, all square, 13 across.
Level game again.
Beer seems to be kicking in a little.
Yeah. Some of Andy's supporters have had half a shandy too many, I think, by the sounds of it.
One with a very orange face over there, not sure who it is.
Looks like a Belisha beacon. Well, can't fault it yet, this. Can't fault it yet. Not so bad at all. Didn't come out just too clean, but I had got it out just well enough. Needs to peg now. Just short. Andy will want to get another, but preferably just past the jack. Don't give your opponent a target. Still squelching out here, Jim. Mel.
Yeah, you can hear them. Yeah. Not dried out at all, has it?
No. Just needed to get past it. Only 1 down. I can see him coming right through the end at this. And it's too wide. He's nearly done his own.
What? 14-13.
He didn't like that as soon as he sent it. Of course, last time he did that, he ramped jack.
Gary was saying he was talking to Andy Buckley yesterday, and Andy was saying he'd been favouring some of these marks, sort of round peg round the side of the green. He felt with the weather more confident of playing close bowls, and it seems to be his plan at the moment.
Yeah, it's not a bad tactic really. You can obviously if you go around the green like this, there's 4 different paces you're having to contend with and different land, and the leader has a massive advantage.
Another good one.
Yeah, good lead again. Totally got it wrong, Wayne there. 3 yards afar.
I suspect in some places as well the green's probably just dried out a little bit, Andrew.
A little bit, yeah. That edge is probably one of the drier areas, actually. 2, but not a good second. He'll just try and save and maybe, if he's lucky, win it. He's come out nice. It's half the battle today. Looks a decent road as well. All on his length now. Just given up. Only just.
One more to Andy. 15-13.
Just turning round a little bit now.
Yeah, 13-9. Nice little 6 break. Will Andy go now? Will he go across the front of the north stand?
Yeah, he's looking like it. He's continuing with his little plan. Trip round the green. Just be a slightly quicker finish where they're coming from.
Well, he looks all right again here.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, not so bad at all.
Give this a real chance.
You can do without finding gaps when you're losing the final of the Waterloo. There wasn't a lot wrong with that ball, but
Yeah, the referee's looking hard at it, Andrew.
doesn't know. We don't want to give the wrong information at this stage.
Looking at the monitor, the ball looks incomfortable, doesn't it?
Yeah. That shot is a little bit more difficult.
He's had 3 looks at it now, Andy. I don't think he's so sure. Well, I've got to say, from this camera angle here, the ball looks in easy, Andrew. At least Andy, really, he's got the front ball, hasn't he? So there's not.
Yeah, the
no
only
problem.
the only danger he's got is touching the jack if he's in, but if he stands his own ball up, line's good. Oh, so hard luck is that.
Wayne's not come up to have a look.
Well, I suppose there's a bit more option for Wayne if he touches the jack or sits the ball. He's wider, hoping for it to bend. Not just going to look at it.
It's got to be a measure. So once again, just remind everybody, I hope everybody watching this stream is enjoying the action as much as we are. And once again, just thank the sponsors for putting the money in for the stream today, for Jennings Bet and Flow Fit, and of course Peter Flynn and Nicola, the owners of the Waterloo. Buckley won. I'm sure he's going to be carrying this lap of honour around the green and be coming round here.
It's certainly worked wonders for him, hasn't it? Like I say, it does break your length up. And now it's a test of memory. How does it run there? What does it peg a lot? You know. A lot tighter.
Yeah, just left a little bit more room for Wayne this time. This is perfect route. It's all about pace.
Just go about 10 inch, 12 inch. All about his pace now. All about his pace. Needs to finish. Might have won it. Can't just tell from here.
I think he'd give up.
It's given up.
And he's got another one in. 2. 15, 16.
It's a thriller.
Yeah. I think that's what the crowd wanted.
Well, they always want a 20 across. That'll do the crowd. That's what they come for. Of course, in the good old days, they'd have been shouting the odds out and they'd have been changing every end. And now I think everyone's just happy to get a bet on before the start.
Yeah, you're right there. Not many odds have been shouted out.
I'm surprised Andy's followed him here. I thought he might have changed over and gone finger peg. Oh, just scraped past it. If he'd have been any further, he'd have probably been in back at Wayne's ball.
Yeah, Wayne might need to change his peg as well.
He'll come up about maybe a yard and a half. He'll be aiming at one of the letters on that Taylor Bowles sign. Oh.
No.
Of course, that's if he changes his peg.
Trying just to get a length on the outside.
Trying to get outside it, it's going to be inside it, if anything. Yeah.
Oh, Andy's got to turn over now.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
He just need a length.
Well, he can count nearly 2 yards wide. Which is why I'm surprised Wayne didn't turn over. Andy's okay here. Just needs anywhere near a length. Anywhere in Blackpool, really.
It's 18-15. 3 from home. And first prize of £2,500. And he likes this, Andrew.
That's not, again, just that 18-inch short.
Again, the wind just caught Wayne there.
Wind's just getting up.
Yeah, it's not going to blow him over, is it?
Well, you'd have thought not, but it can just put you off balance. Yeah. This looks a bit better to me. Not sure again. First glance, I like Wayne's. Need to.
Doesn't know again.
Needs another quarter looking at.
And he's not going up to look this time. No, he stepped back as well. The wind's just bothering him there, isn't it?
He likes it. He don't trot after many. Yeah. Perfectly played ball.
And Wayne just checking if it's 2. His ball actually stopped round about where the other one was.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much difference from when the ref looked. Not sure what he said.
No, he's firing. Now what's happened?
Well, he's still only one down.
Yeah.
He got rid of Andy's other ball.
Yeah, 19-15.
Just slipped away from Wayne as this game. He looked in control at one point. And Andy just took him on a tour of the green and broke his length up, and Andy's the one in sight of the winning line. Well, can only put that down to a bit of nerves. He's played a good length the second half of this game. I fully expected him to beat that ball then.
Well, 17-20. It's right into the hotel corner, you reckon?
Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll try and go deep in though. I think before he's sort of cut the corner off and gone 3/4. I think he'll try and go right in them. 'Cause all it needs is Andy to get 4 balls out bad and Wayne's won. I don't think he'll go as deep as I would have expected, but it's fair way. Well, it's certainly reached. Certainly reached. Needs to hit that jack. Now then.
I think as you say, Andrew, I think he meant to send the jack further.
I think he did. It didn't travel well across that middle. Well, this might be short as well. Needs to run. Well, this is what the final of the Waterloo does for you.
There's nobody in.
Well, he's took it out. He's took it out. It'll just get past. Or will it? Oh. Well, it's 4 yards to get him for game.
Yeah, Wayne's.
Sounds
You can see
simple.
Wayne's disappointed with that.
There's-
This is his big moment for Andy, isn't it?
It is. There was a lot of stuff in the way though. Got to be careful.
Well, he's
If
after it.
If he's put anything in, it wins, huh?
I'm not sure if he has.
No, he's not put anything in.
Left it?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Well, I can't believe it.
oh dear.
Cannot believe it. Yeah,
Remember the All England semi-final, Peter Dunkley?
yeah, I remember it well. Tell you.
Oh, Andy's had 4 bowls there with an opportunity of winning the Waterloo.
If-
There's room.
If you'd have been playing in a league game and you'd have given him that much room, you'd have gone 2 down. No danger.
And Wayne's looking for 2.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Two it
2.
is.
Well, now we have a game, 19-20.
Oof.
Andy's just got to put that out of his head, hasn't he?
He's got to forget about it.
it's. I mean, I've always thought myself, every end is a different game, and that's how he's got to treat it now. He's had 4 bowls, 4 opportunities to win the Waterloo,
Correct.
and Wayne's. He probably can't believe his luck now, and Wayne, of course, has got to compose himself.
That's right.
It's a Waterloo title, 2,500 first prize, plus the place in the Champion of Champions as well. Mustn't forget that.
I think this is what Fergie'd call squeaky bum time.
Yeah.
I can't see the jack now. I'll have to refer to the monitor.
Yeah, I can just see it, and he's played a good bowl there.
Oh, it's certainly
Just
nearer
see.
than at the last end.
Yeah, might be just over a yard, maybe a yard on the side. And he's turned his
Turn
peg.
his peg.
He thinks he's too far.
Well, it's just gone. Just gone. Just.
So now Wayne's coming up for game.
Any improvement on his first, and the pressure's really on Andy. It'll get another. Will it? Oh, I don't know.
Andy's just checking with the ref.
I think that's done awful at the finish. It looked like 2 all the way.
Just seemed to cock up at the death, didn't it? Well, the ref said it may be 1, maybe 2.
Well, all he needs to do is take a yard out. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now then. Now then. Now then,
Winner.
must
Won it.
be. Yes. Oh, the shirt's off. Oh, jeepers.
God.
I've seen it all. Put it away, Andy, please.
Do you think he's pleased?
Oh,
Well, what hard work he made of it at the end.
I'm glad I've already eaten today.
Final score, number 26, Andy Buckley.
Well, yeah, we ended up with a good finish we didn't expect a few ends ago. Blimey, he must have made hard work of it.
Well, I don't think he'd have slept for a week if he'd have lost that game. And now he's going seeing his dad now. Yeah. I wish he'd put that shirt back on. I'm feeling slightly nauseous.
And obviously, you know, every consolation with young Wayne is.
Absolutely.
I'm sure his day will come.
Yeah, he will. He's good enough to win this many times over, but you know, he'll be back. I'm sure, absolutely positive he'll win it. But today's Andy's day, and well, he's joined a list of greats, hasn't he?
He has, and of course, he made up for the disappointment with his dad, 1976 runner-up.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be talking about that on the way home after a few beers now. A tremendous end to that game, really. Can't get me breath.
And as I say, fortunately the weather's improved today. We had a good crowd, and a worthy champion. He has played very well, hasn't he, the last 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, I think Andy's played. He's played the 3 best games of the day. He's been steady. He's been consistent, and he's deserved to win it. You've got to feel sorry for Wayne, but like we say, he'll bounce back.
Presentation coming up in a couple of minutes.
And we said, you know, earlier he scrambled through a few games, hasn't he, Andy? He beat James Seville 20, Mel Byron 19, and sometimes you need that, don't you, Andrew?
Yeah, the way the Waterloo is, once you get to this situation where you're only playing 1 game a day, you're just scrambling through. It doesn't matter if you win 21-5 or 21-20. You've just got to win. And that's the way Angela looked at it. He won't have even thought about it. He just got on with it and done the business.
Well, I think they're going to be making the presentation any minute now, Andy, and then hopefully we'll have a word with an half-naked Andy Buckley.
I hope he puts his shirt back on soon.
Don't forget your 2-man knockout team here on Friday, commencing at 10 o'clock.
And just remind everybody that we're back here for more live action week after next. Champion of Champions on the Saturday, and the Ladies Champions are being streamed live again by Globe Gig, thanks to funding from the British Grand Green Bowls Association. And we must today also thank the sponsors of this live stream, the owners of the Waterloo, plus Bennings Jet and Flowfit, who've contributed to the cost of this. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. And also must thank everybody who's been involved. Obviously, the young man standing next to me, Andy Cairns, and Gary Ellis, who's been involved with the commentary today, Alan Palin, and people behind the scenes, Steve Cuman Davis, who's been doing a lot of hard work. He's been tweeting all day or something. And Lynn, who's done all the interviews, and also the scores you see on the screen have been courtesy of Lynn, who's been typing away, keeping all the results up to date. And we must, I think above all, congratulate Globe Gig. I think they've really, Andrew, done a fantastic job, haven't they? The coverage that they've as good as any coverage of bowls I've seen. So well done to Globe Gig Media and all the cameramen and technicians and everybody involved.
Well, we're getting excellent reports back to us via Facebook and text messages, saying how good the pictures have been. A bit derogatory about my commentary, but I can live with that. But yeah, excellent really, from what I've seen on the monitor, which is what you've seen at home. Absolutely tremendous. I think if you haven't been able to get here, it's certainly been worth watching.
Yeah, now people watching can see what sort of day it is here at the Waterloo, and hopefully more people next year will come along. They can see what a great day's bowling it is and entertainment. I think we're now just gonna. We've done all. I think the thank yous. We'll just wait now for the presentation to take place, and then we'll hopefully have a word with Andy Buckley. So just for a moment, we'll just leave the picture just to show you what's going on the green.
The two gentlemen there, Peter Flynn and Nick. This could not be possible. I'd like to give a round of applause to Mr. Peter Flynn and Mr. Nick Lowe. Okay, the first presentation, unfortunately Jason Jones has had to go, so can we have the first quarter finalist, Mr. Ian Nicholson. The next quarter finalists, all the way from the Isle of Man, Mr. John Kennish. The next quarter finalists, one of the up and coming bowlers, Mr. Thomas Lowndes. The first semi-finalist goes to Mr. Jimmy Darby. The second semi-finalist is Mr. Peter Williams. Absolutely super finalists. Unfortunately, there's got to be a loser. Your 2013 Waterloo men's runner-up, and to receive a cheque for $1,250, Mr. Wayne Ditchfield. Ladies and gentlemen, your Waterloo 2013 winner, sponsored by the Waterloo proprietors, Peter Flynn and Nick Lowe, goes to Mr. Andy Buckley, who receives a cheque for $2,500 and qualifies for the Champion of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes your presentation once again from the Waterloo management. Thank you all very much, and hopefully we'll see you here at the Champion of Champions. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're still here at Waterloo and we're back now with Lynn, and she's with the unlucky runner-up, Wayne Ditchfield.
Thank you, Mel. Yeah, joining me now, very, very gallant runner-up, tremendous final, I'm sure viewers will agree, Wayne Ditchfield. It's difficult to know, Wayne, what to say in these kind of interviews, but commiserations, a superb game to watch, and obviously you must feel a superb game to be involved in.
Yeah, it was a great game, and I've lost to a class player, so I can't be too disheartened, really. I said before, he's the man in form. He's played fantastic, he's pulled some wonder balls out, especially the last end. I lay up, and I can't do any more about that. Some people have said it's better than a foot off, really. So I lay up, and he's pulled a brilliant ball out, so just take it on the chin and onwards with the next comp, really. So.
I mean, you sort of, Andy went a few in front and you pulled back, and he had a couple of chances, didn't he? The last got a couple of 3 ends to get in, and he failed to do so. And sometimes you have to think, well, maybe this is my year. But as you say, he found a very good bowl in the last end, didn't he? Having gone through a big yard, and in the corners, the distance you were going, you'd have been satisfied with your 2.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with where my balls had actually landed up with where I've put them, really. And they've both finished a length, and they've just finished on a split. But I was happy with them. At the end of the day, you've got to be happy lying up. But I can't really criticise myself because I'm only 22. I'm happy to be here, and I'd take the final any day. Really, it is disappointing, but never mind.
Well, absolutely. And as you say, you're 22 years of age. What you've achieved in the game at such a young age is absolutely remarkable, and you'll be here again. No doubt about that, and get your name on that trophy and become one of the elite players who wins the junior and the senior Waterloo title, and no doubt at all that will happen. But very, very gallant runner-up, and commiserations, but you can be proud of what you've done.
Yes, thank you. Cheers.
That's it. Runner-up, very, very gallant Wayne Ditchfield, very, very gracious in defeat, and I'm sure we'll probably be talking to the 2013 champion Andy Buckley shortly. Thank you, Mel. Yes, here we are, as Mel said, with an exceptionally proud and elated winner on my right, Andy Buckley, and an equally proud father, Stuart Buckley, on my left. Obviously, turn to the champion first. First of all, Andy, many congratulations.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. I'm losing my voice, so shout it out loud. It's just great to get the monkey off your back, so to speak. I've always known I've been capable of winning this, but actually putting it into practice is a different matter. I just don't know what to say. I'm absolutely speechless. Because whatever happens in my bowling career now, nobody can ever take this away from me.
No, I mean, we've said, on numerous occasions over the years, any bowler, whether it be junior, ladies, men's, the Waterloo is the one that people want to win, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I've been here before in this situation, and I think the nerves have got better of me in the past. But today, I've been quite calm and collective. I don't know how, apart from the end a bit. But I felt a bit different this year. I felt, what you're getting worked up about. This is what you're born to do. This is what you do. What's the point in practicing and growing up playing bowls if you don't embrace the day and enjoy it and go out and entertain the crowd, hopefully. Apart from that, I just like to say I'm absolutely speechless, Lynn.
And as you say, with an attitude like that, he probably relaxed you a little bit, and it's not unfair to say, you've got to come through some difficult games the last couple of 3 days, and you've really shown, we know you're a class player anyway, but you've really shown your mettle in the last 2 or 3 games.
I've had a couple of close wins on the Tuesday and the Monday. But the thing is, on the Wednesday, it's a different day. They're gone. It doesn't matter how you played on them days. I know experience comes into it. I'm getting to that stage now. I'm a little bit older where I've got a bit of experience, and I'm sure Wayne, he'll be back. I mean, he fought bravely at the end. We had a few scrappy ends at the end. Obviously, the pressure was getting on to both of us. And I believe he was line 2 last end. I'm glad I didn't find out before I sent my last bowl, to be honest.
Yeah, I just spoke to Wayne just briefly before you came, and he said he was actually quite happy with the 2 that he lay, in some ways over the distance. But having gone through a yard with your first bowl, it's difficult to take it out, isn't it, the way the green's running?
Yeah, it is. There was one thing I'd said to my dad all week. I said, if you're a yard over your first bowl, it's an absolute nightmare trying to, 90% of the times where all the top players have been a yard over, every time they've tried taking a yard out, they've ended up being 2 yards short. I didn't. I mean, I wanted to reach going up to the club at the end previously, and I didn't quite deliver it out of the bottom corner like I wanted to. But the last one absolutely pinged out my hand, and I knew as soon as I sent it what was going to happen.
That was going to be my question, actually. Obviously, we saw the elation when the ball came in. We saw the body exposed from waist upwards. Did you know it was? Did you feel as soon as you sent it that it was a counter?
Yeah, I did, and I'd promised my daughter because she saw me win Clackheaton last year on the internet, and I ran around with my top off, and she said, "Daddy, when you've got to do that," because she was laughing her head off. So I'd already planned it in the back of my mind, in the event that I did win.
Have you managed to speak to her?
I have. I've just phoned her up. Yeah, she said she wants the train set.
Oh, right. Oh. So there's one little happy girl waiting for Daddy to come home up to Oldham then.
Yes, I won't be seeing her tonight, but I'll be seeing her tomorrow, so she'll get a big hug and plenty of kisses. Because believe it or not, she's the thing that's calmed me down this week. And the favourite thing, what I'm well known for doing when I've had a couple, is putting row, row, row your boat on Facebook. And when the trumpeter, this is actually serious, when the trumpeters have played it, it just made me smile and put me in a calm place.
Oh, fabulous.
It's absolutely true that. It did, it just made me go into a calm place, and the rest is history.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, sorry for fairy tales are made of, aren't they? But must turn obviously to very proud dad here now. Stuart Buckley, obviously. Let's go back to 1976. Was it, Stuart, when you lost in the final in the water to Keith Illingworth?
Yes. That round the period of 1975 to 1977, I was at my peak, and I fancied my chances to win this because this was the one competition above anything else I wanted to win, and I was so disappointed, to lose. The weather played a big part in it, and Andrew today has made up for that.
Absolutely, yeah, marvellous. And it is, and you'll know yourself. You just said it. It's the tournament that every player wants to win, and you must have been up in that stand, Stuart, sending every ball for Andy. And it's much easier on there sending them yourself into than watching your son or daughter.
I wasn't quite as, how can you say, nervous as in years gone by. I backed Andrew in the last 64, and he's given me a few anxious moments. I've smoked a lot of cigarettes, but just somehow I had a feeling it was going to be his year this year.
Yeah, you're not the only one. A few people have said that.
He's had his best year ever. He's won 4 major competitions. Up to last weekend, he'd won 52 games on the run, barring a loss in Yorkshire. He's unbeaten in the 2 local leagues all season. He hasn't been beaten, and he's been remarkably consistent. Not always brilliant, but and when he's had to pull an extra ball out or rise to the occasion, he's been able to do it. Yeah.
Marvellous, yeah. Well, what a story that is. I think you owe him a few beers, don't you, later in the pub?
Because he's backed me and he had a good bet on me. I know he did. I think he'll be getting the beers in.
And obviously, most people who do know you, Andy, you've had a challenging time health-wise a few years ago with your operation that you had, and it must make this win in some ways even more special to have come back. You might have been at risk of not being able to play the game ever again. It's must make it even special. Yeah,
it does, Lynn. I mean, let's get things in perspective. I haven't had a life-threatening illness or anything. It's just something that's affected what I love doing. I've felt about giving the game up, I don't know how many times. I just don't know how many times I could keep coming back when I'm laid up injured, and I get a lot of back pains at times, which I had early this year, and I just said I can't keep coming back. And I've dug into my reserves somewhere, and I'm just absolutely delighted.
Well, that just shows your strength of character, mate, as well as your ability. So
yes, I have a fierce self belief in myself and the will to win. I think it's second to nobody's, and at the end of the day, I think that's got me over the line.
Well, obviously both father and son very, very delighted and proud joining me here now. It only remains for me to finally wish Andrew many, many congratulations on your success, and well done to you for bringing this man into the bowls world.
I just say, without my dad, I wouldn't be here now, because he gets on my nerves at times, but I've got to say I would not be the bowler I am now without my dad's help, and massive thanks to him.
Thank you very much. You're going to have everybody crying in a minute, including me.
It's one of the emotional days, isn't it? You know?
Absolutely.
It's just like, I'm ready for a pint now.
Yeah, well, we're going to let you go for a pint now, but yeah. So that concludes the programme, the 2013 Men's Waterloo Championships. A very, very proud and well-deserved winner in Andrew Buckley here. So for now, it's goodbye until next time.